This video is being recorded at a Cole School. I thought it would be a great place to shoot the video because this building was built not long before the Spanish flu pandemic. And here we are today, a little over 100 years later, grappling with another pandemic. I think that this building serves as a symbol for what it is our community is capable of. We came through that pandemic and emerged a proud and strong community. And we are a community that's filled with grace and courage and kindness. And I've seen that exhibited in our community today. And so at Cole School, if you drive by it and have a look, it's a beautiful building and it's a beautiful representation of who we are as a community and what we're capable of. And speaking of that, I wanted to take a moment to thank some people for all the work that they've done in the last little while. The staff of Medicine Hat Public School Division have stepped up in amazing ways, from classroom teachers through educational assistants, family school liaison workers, custodial staff, clerical, facility staff all over this system are doing their work in a very different way in order to do the best they can to serve our students. And I'm very grateful for their service. And I know the board is, and I know that our families are as well. Thank you to the students for their patience and their willingness to talk to us about what's working and what they need us to do differently. And thank you to families who supported their young ones in working in a very unusual way through a really sudden change in their learning. All of us as a community have done a really good job of trying to make this learning environment function as well as we could, and that work will continue as we move into the future. So thanks to everyone for all that you've done. I want to talk a little bit about the minister's announcement day before yesterday regarding school opening scenarios. You will recall perhaps that she talked about three scenarios, one being near normal operations, one being a sort of blended program where students would be in schools on alternating days, and another being that we would return to the environment we're in right now, that at-home learning environment. What we want to share with you is that we intend to plan so that we are always providing an at-home learning opportunity and connection to the classroom. The minister believes that we'll open in near normal circumstances in the fall, as long as virus cooperates and the levels remain low in the community that we serve. We are really hopeful that that's the case, and if it is, what we want people to know is that while we're expecting to open in near normal circumstances, that does not mean that families who have concerns or health issues or they're particularly vigilant won't have access to learning and won't have access to their teacher in schools. And that's why our plan will have 1A and 2A kind of options that take into account that families' response to pandemic may differ a little bit from the plan of the system. And so we're working to make sure we can engage you whatever that plan. We're moving into summer school. And summer school is ready to rock. We have registrations up. We're well over 200 registrations. And so we want you to know that there will be e-learning as well as, or online learning, at-home learning, as well as the opportunity to come to Medicine Hat High School and see your teacher and receive face-to-face instruction. So this will be our first foray into providing online at-home learning while at the same time providing opportunities for students to be present with their teachers in classrooms. And right now, Mr. Buckler and staff in the school division are working hard to make sure that we have everything in place in order to have students come back to school following the protocols that are set down by Dr. Henshaw. Which brings up our priorities for all of it. Summer school and all of our programming throughout next year, whatever scenario we find ourselves in throughout the year. Our priorities are this. First and foremost, we want to make sure that we take care of the health and wellness of everyone in our buildings, our staff, and our students, and most certainly our students. And so there is a lot of work being done in conjunction with government to make sure that we have the supplies in place and we build protocols and plans of action in order to serve you well. Second, obviously, high quality learning opportunities for our students wherever they are learning. And finally, we want to provide a level of predictability and support to our families and communities so that we're a stable service in our community. So all of those things are the priorities we're using as we plan for summer school and then certainly what follows. Wanted to reference again, and we've done it in all of the videos, the supports that are available in the community, certainly for staff. know that the Employee Family Assistance Program is available to you, and please feel free to access a completely confidential service for supports. We know that, as I've said before, we serve the community, but we're also of the community, and so we're working through the challenges of this pandemic. We're right along with our neighbors, and so please feel free to access that service and know that it's entirely confidential. Family School Liaison Workers will be available throughout the summer if need be. So if you, as a family, feel that you could use the support of a Family School Liaison Worker, or that you could benefit from them helping to connect you to services, online they are listed, and they're listed in conjunction with their priority schools. So please go to our website, search them out, get in touch. They'll be available to certainly connect and to support you throughout the summer. So please make sure you use those services if you need. Medistat Area Food Bank is continuing to provide the Brown Bag Lunch Program for families, and there's a link in the email that accompanies this video so that you can access those services. And of course, always they're open to accepting support from community, because the breadth of folks that they're serving and supporting is certainly growing. So again, thank you so much for all that you've done this year. Staff, you're amazing, and what you've done for the young people in our community is much appreciated. Families and students, thank you so much for your patience and for joining with us in conversation and helping us to understand what it is we need to do better. And the one final ask, we're going to be sending out surveys fairly shortly to families. So there'll be a family survey, student surveys, as well as surveys to staff about how things have gone over the course of the last few months, and what supports you feel you need in order to return to school in what we hope will be that near normal scenario in the fall, and feel good about being present in our buildings. So thank you. Take care.